serve as the chair. And so, Mary Albitz.
Yeah, I'm going to go through a couple stories. So, why support RYLA? There's so many examples, but so there's one kid who, a couple years ago, East Palo Alto High School, he went to RYLA, went back to his school, started an Interact Club. There's about 50 members in it. He got Menlo Park Club too. I hooked him up with the Menlo Park Club, and they're the ones supporting him. And they do tons of volunteer work. And they also, now that the Menlo Park Club knows them and they have such a big scholarship program, a lot of these students are getting scholarships. So I'm looking forward to big things from a lot of East Palo Alto students. Let's see, Lily Wong. I don't know if anybody was at the district conference last year, but she went to RYLA. She then found out about some of the exchange programs. She did a 2-week one, and then she went to, she came back from that, was in Interact, and now is going to college and is one of the alumni who's helping us put on the next RYLA program. She talks about how she never sees her family because they work so much here, and how her youth exchange experience and RYLA have made her feel connected and feel like she has a family. Let's see, there's a student.
Both my kids went to RYLA, and it really is a family because they come back as part of a, I don't know, ours, they had tribes.
Yeah,
and
they're actually called families. Yeah.
Okay. And so, but they came back, changed, they went there as kids, and they came back as adults.
What age did they go?
Usually sophomore, junior in high school.
Okay.
And then there's one student from Woodside High School who was in my family last year, and it's interesting how, so I've been a counselor, you know, which means the mom of the family, 3 years now, and the first year our family worked really well together as a team from the get-go. The next year they were quite a bit different, and it took them quite a while to get into a team spirit, you know, and work together as a group. And there was one girl in particular who didn't usually get along with other girls, and so but at the end, when everybody's kind of hanging out and waiting to take pictures and playing, I was like, where's my family? I couldn't even find them. Well, they were all huddled in this one area talking together, the whole group. So I was like, so cool. And then last year, they did an activity where it was like all the kids, there's about 10 families, and all the kids were separated into 2 large groups. And they did this activity outside where they had to go in this obstacle course, and it was 2 sides, and they had to get through each other somehow. And all the people on the sidelines were like yelling and screaming directions the whole time. Well, my family was so horrified by that and what it felt like, that the rest of the whole camp, they were so kind to each other and made sure that everybody's input was listened to, and so that, you know, they really contributed. And so I asked her recently, I said, how are you still using RYLA? And she said that I make sure that, you know, whatever group project I'm working on, whatever group I'm in, I make sure that everybody's viewpoint gets heard, and that I also make sure I have a strategic plan in place before just jumping in, because she was the type that would just jump in and do stuff. So, and so she's still using that, and that's a year ago. So I'd like to show the videos now.
Okay. So are these groups, are they, the high school's sponsor, or they promote them?
Yes, so we try and get the counselors in the high schools to recommend students, any of the Rotarians who work with the Interact clubs to refer the Interact students. That's the main thing. And so sophomores and juniors are the primary ones we're focusing on. If we have room, we'll allow seniors.
So it's open to all kids?
Yeah. They don't have to be interact, they don't have to know Rotarian, but.
Oh, what happened?
Meeting's over.
I knew my rent was gonna be late about a week ago. I work my ass, but I still can't pay it though.
Who's one of the alumni?
So the kids that come to RYLA are sophomores and juniors in high school. They all exhibit leadership potential in some form or fashion, whether that's leading their athletic team, scholastic leaders, they're in band, or they work within their school or outside of school.
It's broken up into 3 parts really, and each day is focused on a different segment that is important to the programming. The first one is personal development, which really has the kids step aside and look at themselves as who they are in teamwork and who they are as leaders, and look inward and also look at how they play in the dynamic of a team. The next day is leadership and challenging themselves as leaders and playing their part in the team. Let's get them out there in the high ropes course, doing high ropes challenges and supporting their team, and we also have them doing team working modules. The last day is community service, where they work together as a team to develop a community service project with their groups.
It's all about RYLA teamwork.
RYLA is life-changing, straight up. That's all I have to say. That RYLA would change your life and make you think about everything. Like this experience, you come into it and you have no idea what's going to happen, but you leave a totally new person with new skills and new friends and new experiences. And by the 3rd day that you're here, you don't want to leave. And it's just, you can't get enough of RYLA, that's just it.
Everyone getting out of their comfort zone, whether it's the staff or the counselors, and most importantly the students. And I think it's a great opportunity for them to experience something they normally wouldn't in an environment they're normally, haven't been in. Plus being around people that, they don't necessarily go to the same high school with.
Let's get it now. Everybody gonna do something. Everybody gonna do something.
I'm going to look back at this weekend as a win, as an achievement, as friends made, as memories made, as something just, as one of the greatest experiences of my life so far.
Any questions before we go to the next one?
I have a couple.
Hold on, please.
First, what area do you take? Because I'm not familiar. No, I'm on the board of Hillsdale High School in San Mateo, and I've not heard of this program. So what is the?
We take San Mateo, San Francisco, and Marin County students.
So has anybody ever been spoke to at Hillsdale?
I have no idea.
That would be a great.
I'd be happy to. So.
If you have a good connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue. It's like
and alumni. And then where is this camp actually located?
So we've had to change locations because we keep outgrowing them. But currently we're at Redwood Glen and Scotts Valley.
Okay, and how many days are they?
3 days. So it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So they have to go to school on Fridays. Sometimes they have difficulty doing that.
And so the requirements of the kids that get You know, what is the cost? I mean, does the parents pay for this, or the school, or?
It's free to the student, because the Rotarians from all the clubs in the district are the ones, the clubs make pledges, if they put it in their budget, they make pledges, and that pays for the camp.
How are the children selected?
They fill in an online application at RYLA5150.org. Remember that? RYLA5150.org. And then we review the applications and then approve them.
How many go from these 3 counties?
So we're shooting for 120 this year. We had about 100 last year.
What month?
It's in April 8th through 10th. And the deadline for applications is February 15th. So we got a little less than 2 weeks.
So the ages of the kids?
So the ages starts sophomores and juniors, so that's about 15, 16, 17.
Staff is all volunteer?
Staff is all volunteer as far as who's running the RYLA camp. We do pay for speakers, like when you saw the big group around and people were doing all kinds of stuff. That's Mike Walsh with Beacon Services, and so he does the first day looking at the icebreakers, you know, so that everybody can start feeling comfortable with, because a lot of kids don't have anybody else from their school,
yeah.
And so they're like, even if they do, it's still pretty overwhelming, you know, to be around 100 other kids, most of them that you don't know. So so he does all these great icebreakers, and then he goes into a personality thing, and so there's the lions, koalas, peacocks, and owls. So the lions are your take charge people, you know, just let's get it done. Koalas are your diplomatic, easygoing for the most part folks, and okay, social. The peacocks are your flamboyant ones, want to have all the attention, want to be in the front of the group, and then you have your owls who are very, you know, methodical and thinking, that kind of thing. And you want to look at all the facts before they, you know. So he talks about how these different personalities, you know, how they would work together best. He directs the kids in figuring out, you know, what are their pros and cons and how would you work with the other ones. So.
How often do you have a child that simply doesn't get along, or is withdrawn, or he has other problems, and you spot those, and is that 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 10? Or?
Pretty much 1 out of 100. We had one girl last year, she was in the video at the end, and she was actually, you know, hugging and letting herself be hugged, and we think that she was, and we weren't told this, but we're pretty sure she was autistic and had some difficulty in the beginning, but she made it through it. And then we had another young man who was a little bit disruptive in the beginning, but he turned it around too. So.
I know you said there's no cost to the student, but what does it cost Rotary to send the
It's
student?
$375 per student. Okay, so now we'll go on to the next one. The gentleman in the center, it was on the previous video. So this video was done by the RYLA alumni completely. So it kind of speaks to
I'm Lizzie.
the motivation.
I'm Sarah. I'm Dominique.
I'm Megan.
My name's
Ish.
My name's Winnie.
My name is Leanna, and I am a RYLA alumni.
And I'm a RYLA alumni.
And we are RYLA alumni.
So if I were to describe RYLA in one word, I would say friendship. Family. It's rewarding.
Memorable. Beneficial.
Life-changing.
My first impression of RYLA was I was really nervous and I didn't know what to expect. For me, I was a little bit intimidated. Once I got off that bus, my heart was racing.
Oh my god, I do not know anybody here.
There's so many amazing people there. I didn't know if I would live up to the potential.
I thought, okay, it's basically like the one day I get to skip school and go to RYLA and hang out with my friends, but actually it was like a lot more than that.
I think RYLA is one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had, and it's definitely something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life.
With RYLA, you make all these connections, you make so many new friends, and it's an amazing opportunity to meet all these people across the Bay Area. And you really build these friendships that last for a lifetime.
I still talk to people from RYLA every day, like these two fools, so you will definitely get some great connections out there.
There were so many things that I got out of RYLA. Friends, inspiration, lots of laughs. But most importantly were the things that I learned about leadership skills already, and so I thought that I didn't have anything else I could learn, but I was wrong.
At camp, you build upon not only the leadership skills that you had before, but you gain all these new ones too.
For someone that is unsure if they want to attend RYLA, I really encourage them to attend because it's a great way to learn how to be a leader, no matter if you were a leader prior or not.
Whether you're a little bit more on the shy side or a little bit more on the outgoing side, I think that there's definitely something for everyone.
Even though there's like a lot of other youth there, everybody's different. Like, you can be yourself and add like your own uniqueness to the group, which makes it extra fun.
I think that if anyone is unsure or a little hesitant about attending RYLA, I would just tell them to go for it. You have nothing to lose.
Doing the things that you're unsure about is what makes you grow as a person.
I feel like if you're unsure about camp, you really should just go if you got it, because it's really an amazing experience. You're going to meet great people, and if you put the most you can into this camp experience, I promise you, you will get the most out of it.
So why go to camp? Why not go? Just do it!
What was the date of the event this year?
April 8th through 10th.
Hey, I'm Lizzie.
I'm Karen.
April when?
April 8th through 10th. And so it's going to be hard for me to talk because every time I watch it, it brings tears to my eyes that they created that themselves. Completely by themselves. Yes.
You know, 1 out of 100 for problem kids is actually a much lower ratio than in reality. It's probably a lot higher than it is.
Yeah.
So that means that a lot of kids that could really use this aren't going.
But you're getting the cream.
You're getting the cream, but I mean, so you're missing an opportunity. I'm not a criticism. I'm glad you agree with me that
yes.
That would be really great if you could pull in those kids that just aren't getting along.
Right.
Because they could use it the most, right?
Yeah. And our club worked with the alternative high school in Redwood City, and we did send quite a few of those students to RYLA camp, and you could see the difference. But we don't have our contact at that school anymore, and it was really difficult because they can graduate at any time during the year, and so we kept having that problem of not being able to have them qualified anymore. So.
When are your Rotary meetings?
Ours are Tuesday mornings, 7:30 to 8:30.
Where?
Main and Elm. Main and Elm.
Main and Elm.
Yeah, new restaurant. 150 Elm Street is the address. And I'm not sure that I need to go through this anymore, but I'll just go real quick. So yeah, leadership, citizenship, personal growth, main focuses. Yeah, so it was started by the Rotary Club of San Francisco. It's been going on for 30 years. It used to be called Camp Enterprise. It's the third year as a district program, and last year we had 37 out of 40 clubs contribute, sponsor students. So we're always shooting to have every single club contribute. So that's the growth over the last few years. So like they said in the video, day one, personal development and team building, and team building and leadership development, and then the community service projects. And so we have Rotarians come in and judge the community service projects. And so the second year, the group that I talked about, where was the girl that didn't get along with other girls and everything, it was amazing that family, when it came to any of the projects, it would seem like, because they also have to do a skit on Saturday night for everybody, and do that themselves. And as the parents, basically you're just holding the space. You're not to do any of the work. You're not to give advice, any of that. It's supposed to be all theirs. And so it would be like time to put on skit or the community service project presentation, and they would, and I'm like, wow, what are they going to do? I don't even know what they're going to do. And somehow they would just pull it together, and they won top prize for their community service project. So it's just amazing. What does it take? All right, so this was last year's team. So I am the RYLA director, David's place. He is the RYLA chair for the district, but he still does a lot of the work. I'm trying to take over more, but Samantha and Matt are still the program directors. Sue Brokaw is helping a lot with camp administration. We have somebody else to do the finance now. There's another young man who's been involved with RYLA for about 5 or 6 years now, Jameson, so he's helping with some of the admin stuff. We've got a few new people helping out too, so it's a lot of work. So yeah, we have extra staff on site, all the family counselors. We need two adults per family. We have 2 nurses on site also, and like I said, the administrative support. And then we also have alumni that come back. They have to apply, and then and they've been working on stuff for us, giving us feedback about their camp, and we use it to improve each year. And so we had 6 come back last year, and then this year we're looking at 12, so that we can have some of them paired up with the families, because that was one of their comments, one of their pieces of feedback, is that they would have liked more access with the alumni. So yeah, speakers, shelter boxes. We work with them as far as the second day doing all the teen challenges, and so they provide 6 challenges for us that are fascinating to watch the groups work together on those. And yeah, so we get the students get to be exposed to interact clubs. Some of them are not in interact clubs, don't know anything about Rotary, so they get exposed to that. The interact council, youth exchange, and that's my family last year. And this young man, he had on the ropes course, he had quite a few difficulties, but I was amazed at his patience and how kind his whole family was to him. They never lost their patience. They never harangued him or anything, and so it was so beautiful and touching to see. It made me cry. These are our video guys, and the others you saw previously. So this is what we do all year round. Club outreach, youth recruitment, the alumni program spoke about, staff recruiting and training, registration, transportation. There's 2 buses that transport them. There's 3 stops. There's one up in Marin, there's one at the Bass Cultural Center, and one in Rapid City.
How many applicants do you get for this 100?
We have 90 applicants so far. To actually get 120 there, we'll probably need about 150 applications, because some of the students have applied from other districts, and so we can't take them unless they go to school in our districts. And others are either too young or too old. And there's others who have done it before. And I caught one last night, and it's like, can't take you again, sorry. Yeah, material supplies in the corner. So that's what the money goes for. And this is how you can help. Student, staff, and funding. It's my absolute favorite program in Rotary. It's one of my most favorite weekends of the whole year. I have thoroughly enjoyed every single year, even though it's been different. I'm really going to miss not being a family member, not being a parent to one of the groups this year. So that's going to be our adjustment. But I'm going to have an overall view. I'll get to know more of the kids from all the different families this year. So that's it.
So you need more volunteers, correct?
We do, especially male counselors.
Okay, did I send something out to the club about RYLA?
No.
I didn't?
No.
Oh, I thought I did. Well, I will.
Okay.
Eric, you commented on involvement of parents. Did you say parents do not get involved here? Did you have your kids there? How does that work in terms of parent and a student being there?
Most of the parents are not involved. If you're a Rotarian and you're involved in RYLA, we've had them have their students attend.
Their kids.
That's, yeah.
But I think you call yourself a parent, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
That's
Because we break the students into groups, and we try and make sure it's not all from the same high school kind of thing. We try and break them up as much as possible. As best
so
as
that's
possible.
your family, and you
So
call
that's our
yourself
family.
a parent to
There's a
them.
mom and
Okay.
dad. Usually we don't have enough male counselors, so sometimes they have 2 moms, which is
What other districts have a RYLA program?
There's quite a few that do, and you know, they do them differently. Some have week-long RYLA camps. They just do them all differently, but most districts have one.
The ones that my kids went to is down in the South Bay, and I don't know what district.
5170.
5170. So theirs goes from, they leave Sunday afternoon and they come back Friday. And that one there.
So is that during the school year?
During the school year. No, theirs is in the summer.
Oh, okay.
I think theirs is in the summer. So theirs is in the summer, but they get so many applications that you may not get in. So
yeah,
that one's very competitive, and so you have to display some sort of leadership skills already in their application.
And their staffing of it is very competitive too. So we have some folks who are not able to get in on staffing coming to our district.
So what's the selection process? Who gets in, who does not?
It's, like I said, it's like me and David Dye reviewing the applications, making sure that there's some kind of leadership, even if it's just that they take extracurricular courses.
Okay, so this isn't a remedial program. This is a program for kids who already demonstrate some kind of ability.
For the most part, yes.
Okay.
Yes. We do accept some that, you know, may have a difficult time expressing that they have leadership skills, but we have had that. So.
All right, that's the criteria.
Any other questions?
Everybody who's been connected with it has always raved about it. It sounds like a wonderful program.
Thank you, Mary.